Hello children, welcome to the new session of e-learning. Today we shall learn about modal verbs. Modals are verbs used to express the mood or attitude of the speaker. They reflect the speaker's mode of speaking. Modal verbs are used to give a special effect to language. They are used when speaker want to be extra polite, tactful, determined, etc. Today, in this video, we shall learn the uses of will, shall, would, should, can, could, may, might, ought, must, dare, need, and have to. Though you all have learned English language for many years, but children make a lot of errors while using modal verbs. If students misuse a modal even slightly, it will change the perceived intention or tone of their statement, making them appear rude or uncertain. Let us first learn the important rules of modal verbs. Modal auxiliaries are always followed by base form of main verb. For example, he would go, I shall go, you may go. Here highlighted words would, shall and may are modal verbs which are followed by main verb go. Modal verbs are not used without main verb except in question tags or short answers. Example, can you speak English? Yes, I can. She can drive. Can't she? A modal does not change according to the number or the person. Example, I can sing, you can sing, they can sing with first person I, second person you and third person they can remain same. Next rule is modal verbs do not have S or ES forms, but some modals have past forms like I can swim and I could swim. Let's learn all these modals in detail. First we will learn uses of can. Can is used to say that at present someone has the ability to do something. For example, Swati can drive. It means Swati has the ability to drive. Can Swati drive? Here speaker wants to know whether Swati is able to drive. Swati cannot drive. It is denial of the fact and it means Swati does not know how to drive. Can is used for asking permission. It is most informal way to seek permission. It is generally used among close friends, close relatives and with the people where we don't have to follow formal behavior. For example, can I borrow your pen? Rohan, Mama, can I have some more cake? Mom, sure you can means you are allowed. And you can go now. We can make general statement of possibility with can, that something is possible in future. Investing in share market can be risky at this time. It means there is a possibility of huge losses if you invest in share market at this time. You can meet with an accident if you are not careful. Speaker wants to say that there is a possibility of an accident if you drive carelessly. One can give suggestions with can. You can stay here for some time if you are not getting can. It means it is my suggestion that you should stay or wait here for some time, then it will be easy for you to get a cab. She can take extra classes if the concepts are not clear to her. It is my suggestion that she should take extra classes to get the better understanding of concepts. Could is the past tense of can, so it is used to express the ability in past. For example, I could run 20 miles without stopping when I was young. Could is a formal way of asking something or for making formal request or permission. Could you please tell me the way to the nearest metro station? Here speaker is asking from an unknown person. So the tone of statement is very formal. Could I send this packet to Baroda? It seems here, as the speaker is asking permission to send the packet to Baroda. Could is used to extend invitations or proposals also. Don't stay at hotel. You could stay with us while you are in town. Here, could is not used for past tense. It is for the invitation in present. Could is also used in an imaginary or hypothetical condition. Like, if I had wings, I could fly. May is mostly used for giving and refusing permissions. May is more formal than can. It is mostly used in offices and classroom conversations, as it is the most polite form of making request or asking permission. May I go now? Yes, you may. We use may to tell about the possibilities in present or future. It gives sense of uncertainty. It may rain today means I'm not sure, but there is a possibility of rain. She may pass if she works hard means there is a possibility of getting her passed if she works hard. May is used when speaker want to express a wish, hope or prayer. May you live long and healthy life. An exclamation mark is used at the end of these kind of sentences. May is used when speaker wants to express doubt. He may not have spoken truth means speaker has a doubt that the person has lied. She may not have disclosed her plan means whatever she has said is untrue. May can also express purpose of something as we eat so that we may live. He works hard so that he may become rich. Might is past form of may, but it is used to express possibility in present and future also. Might is used when chances of event happening are less or rare, means it is less possible than may. We can say may is used when we see 70% chances of happening something, and might is used when we see less than 30% chances of event happening. Example, I might go to Canada next year. It means though I have to go to Canada, but chances of my going to Canada next year are very less. He might get selected in cricket team despite his poor performance in last two matches. It means that because of his poor performance in last two matches, his chances of getting selected are very less. Shall is used with first person I and we to express the intention of doing something in the future. Example, I shall not wait for you if you are late. Shall is used in second and third person you, he, she to express a promise or give a command or a threatening. You shall obey my orders. You are bound to obey my orders. He shall be punished for telling lies. Speaker is expressing threat. They shall be paid tomorrow. It is a promise that the payment will be made on certain time. Shall is used to frame questions, offers, or suggestions. Shall I call her means do you want me to call her? Will I call her? In the first person, will is never used to ask questions or making a request. Will I call her is incorrect way of framing question. Shall we go to see her? It means do we intend to go to see her? You look exhausted. Shall I make you some hot cup of tea or coffee? Here speaker is offering tea or coffee to the listener. Should is an auxiliary verb. It is invariable. There is only one form of should. It is mainly used for the things or behavior what is right to be done. It is the past tense of shall, so duty in the past is expressed by should have means something was desirable or needed but did not happen. For example, you should have paid money long ago. Should is used to say this advice is recommended much less stronger than must. You should work hard. How much should I pay to her for her work? Should is used to show that somebody did something wrong in the past, or it is used to criticize the actions. You should not have behaved in this manner. Should is used to indicate a kind of obligation, duty, or correctness. Shopkeepers should either take back or exchange the defective products. Means they are supposed to do so. We should help the poor. It is our moral duty to help the poor. Will is mainly used to express plans and things we are certain about. Will is the most common and basic form to express future. Will is used with second and third persons to express future time. For example, you will not escape. They will join us in the party. Will is used to express determination, willingness, and promise, particularly with the first person. We will definitely submit the project report tomorrow. It expresses determination of the speaker. We will recommend your case. It is a promise. Will is used to express polite request in form of a question. It is informal way of asking something. For example, will you join us for dinner tomorrow? Will you drop me home today? The word would has miscellaneous uses, so confusion is not unlikely. Most of the times, the source of confusion is the perception that would is always used as past form of auxiliary verb will. Yes, would is the past tense of will, but it has various other uses also. Would is used to express modest request or proposal when we are in formal situation. Using would to form request or proposal is expected. Example, would you like to eat burger? Would you please talk to manager? Although will is also used to form a request in formal setting. Like we can say, will you talk to manager if we are in informal situation. Next use of will is would is. It is used to express habitual action in the past. When Rohan was small, he would eat all vegetables, but now he has become fussy. Would is also used to indicate refusal. The car wouldn't start. This type of expressions are used to describe the condition of machine. She wouldn't answer my call. Here also refusal is indicated. Would is used to denote uncertainty or condition. I would go there if I were asked, means I am not sure of going there. If I am told to go there, I will follow. He wouldn't have done it unless he was told by someone, means here it is very unexpected behavior from the person. By the way, words such as imagine, say and think go along with would to express these type of situations. Must gives meaning to other verbs. It can be used in many ways. Must doesn't change its form whatever be its tense or number or person of its subjects. It can refer to the present or future. Let's look all the meanings here so you can avoid misunderstanding. We use must when we want to say that it is necessary or very important that something happens in present or future. For example, we must save electricity if we want to secure our future. Must is used to express obligation. Example, a soldier must fight for his country. Next use of must is to express certainty. For example, the road is wet. It must have rained last night. Means though it is not raining now, but wet road shows that we are sure that it had rained last night. He must have reached his home by now. The use of ought to is similar to should, but it is much less frequent. Like should, the verb ought to does not have a past form. It is only used with reference to the present and the future. To express moral obligation or an expectation that someone should do something, use ought to. Example, we ought to work hard. They ought to inform police. Reena ought to obey her parents. All these duties are the moral obligations of the person. Ought not to is used for expressing that something wouldn't be right. You ought not to throw stones on animals. You ought not to talk rudely with elders. Dare is called semi-modal. Sometimes it works like a main verb also. When dare is used as modal verb in a positive statement, there must be a word of negative meaning in the same clause. For example, he dare not to write such a letter to me. How dare you speak so rudely to me? Dare can be used in past tense also. Example, they dared not to obey such things again. Did he dare to criticize his boss? Need is also a semi-modal verb because in some ways it is like a modal verb and in other ways like the main verb. We use need mostly in the negative form to indicate that there is no obligation or necessity to do something. I need to work. It needs to be done with great care. You needn't brought your car. Means there was no requirement of bringing the car. He need not take my permission. Means he is allowed to move freely without my permission. Have to is used to say that something is required or necessary. Have to or have got to is used to refer to obligation which come from outside the speaker. Sometimes it seems as must also can be used in this situation. But the main difference between must and have to is that must is a necessity felt by the speaker, whereas have to is an external obligation or a rule. For example, I have to pay the bills because my wife is ill. Means I cannot refuse to pay bills. I am bound to pay the bills because my wife is in hospital. Next example is I must stop smoking. It is bad for my health. It means I feel that it is harmful for my health, so I must stop this. We can use have to in all tenses. In present tense, it is I have to buy medicine from the chemist shop. In past tense, it is I had to buy medicine from the chemist shop. And in future tense, it will become I will have to buy medicine from the chemist shop. Thank you. I hope you all have understood modal verbs properly. We'll meet again in next session.